To you this morning from Praise 106.1 FM radio station with the show I Know a Place and I Will Take You There. You know, I was blessed to be able to be born into a family that own their own properties, their own home, and work for themselves. And that's the place I know. And that's the place we want to emphasize that you can be. Because we know that prosperity comes when we start developing and creating things for ourselves. And we have been emphasizing that it is necessary for us now to really focus on pulling ourselves together, because there are evidence of many crises that we possibly could be facing. At this very moment, we are facing possibly a government shutdown. This will result into many individuals be out of their jobs and finances conditions begin to become a crisis, and it will affect many aspects of our lives. But not only here in this country, you know, if the United States have a shutdown, government shutdown, it will have a worldwide effect. And some of us do not take it seriously enough that how much effect that this will have on our society. So therefore, it is imperative that we start taking steps that will unify us as a people. And that's what this show is about, basically emphasizing necessity, first of all, to understand the power of spirituality. Spirituality and economics cannot be divided. We believe that all of the spiritual miracles that are illustrated by Jesus in the Bible are economically impact. Beginning even with the first one, the wedding, when they had this wedding and Jesus and some of his family members attend this wedding. Jesus was incognito. He did not want people to know that his presence and the power of his presence as he was at this wedding. And lo and behold, they did not have enough money, so they ran out of wine. So there was an economic impact. And Jesus' mother knew that he had power to do something about it. So she encouraged him to reveal himself to the people at that moment. And that was the instance of the turning water into wine. There was a spiritual action with an economic impact. And that's what we want to emphasize. There's no difference in spirituality and economics.
Okay, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to all of our listeners. And of course, we already know, good morning to you, Dr. Jones. I'm happy to be here today. So we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about
I was basically introducing our original plan as we shared this morning about the impact and necessity for us coming together economically, especially the churches. And that's why I'm tying spiritual, letting them know that spirituality and economically cannot be divided, because Jesus did spiritual power brought economic results. Therefore, we emphasizing the necessity for our churches, first of all, to identify parishioners in their congregation and give encouragement and motivation to businesses in their congregation. Do not let individuals be setting up in the congregation beside people who are able to provide the services that they need, and they are not aware of it, and they go out to the other man and get the same services that somebody sitting right there beside them is able to provide better than the other people are able to provide, and probably do it with less expenses. So we are encouraging the churches to take the lead on encouraging their businesses, first of all, in their churches, and if they encourage their business in their churches, let us know, and we will talk about that. We'll talk about what you're doing. We'll talk about your involvement right here on the talk show. We'll talk about how you are creating support with your businesses in your church. But then we want those businesses in the church, to be willing to mentor individuals in your congregation who are able, who desire to do a similar type of thing. So, you know, each strengthen each. We want each person to know that if we are blessed in order to be a blessing.
All right, so it's like the reach one, teach one, so it's kind of like the whole domino effect. That's
Yes.
what you want it to be, right?
Yes.
That's a big deal, though. I think last week, that's what I was going to say in regards to the CFO strategy. I was just thinking, like, that's a major deal, because I even thought about it when we went off the air. I was like, okay, this is perfect. Like you said, when any convention or any type of organization comes into a city, this person will connect the resources. They will tie in the businesses in that particular
Of the
city,
minority
of the
business.
minority businesses, and tie them with whatever is happening.
But what I really was talking about, the national leader with global vision.
Oh, you're talking about Reverend
Donaldson Jones.
Dr. Donaldson Jones.
Yes, a national leader with global vision.
Global vision. I love that concept, the global visionary.
Donaldson Jones, he is in Athens, Alabama.
Yeah, Athens, Alabama. I don't know much about Alabama, but shout out to anybody in Alabama. I don't even know if we're syndicated in Alabama. Dr. Jones, we always got to figure out all the cities we're syndicated. And I know a couple of places where we are playing and they replay the show, but I don't know if anybody's in Alabama, but shout out to Alabama. And also, but his church is in Alabama, but he lives in Tennessee, right? Is that what it is?
No, he lives in Alabama.
He lives in Alabama.
The church is right on the line of Tennessee. Athens is close to the Tennessee-Alabama line.
To that line. Okay, good. But yeah, so pretty much we're just, so can we confirm, have you endorsed
Well, I'm
Reverend
saying
Dr.
that his concept.
His concept is what you have.
He has a concept that we have been talking about. One of the areas.
So the concept aligns with what we're already doing.
The concept of a CFO.
Okay.
Now he has many aspects in his plan here, as you see. We have his plan, and we are encouraging. See, what we are talking about is this CFO will be a person who will be in every major city that will provide the bringing together of all the minority business, whatever organization comes to the city.
Right, okay.
And so he is emphasizing, if this is done and led by the National Baptist Convention USA, and this is what he is representing, this CFO, is done by the National Baptist Convention USA, then which is supposedly one of the largest group. I know that I've been participating in some time when we have 30 or 40,000 people to come to the city.
That is correct.
And then under those circumstances, how much support if we had all of our minority businesses on paper, distributed among the people who arrive, letting them know where all of the different kind of services that they can receive. Not just restaurants, or not just, everything, whether you want the special clothes that you need to buy, special hair services that you need, special whatever the services that may be, manicure and pedicure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All of the services will be
all
available. All
services and resources.
And it will be under this CFO, and he will make these services available to the
masses, to the people that are there for the event or the convention or whatever it is, right?
And this is what Donaldson Jones is represented here in this brochure. This is a major national strategy. I mean, it is a move to strengthen and bring together the economic powers of our people across this nation. So if we have a CFO in every major city, whether the National Baptist Convention USA is coming here, any organization, whether it's Greek or whether it is Presbyterian or Church of God in Christ, whoever comes to the city, this information will be made available to them by the CFO, let them know that these are the minority businesses that are available in the city that we want you to utilize while you're here, whatever. It can be the sororities, it can be...
Yeah, fraternity, sororities, anything. But anyway, this CFO's got to be popping, though, Dr. Jones. When I say popping, like, this CFO's got to be somebody that's, like, wants to be a shaker and a mover, because they have to be able to know what's happening in the city. Like, they can't rely on people to feed them the information. They have to go fishing. They have to know when these conventions and these events and these organizations are coming into their city.
That's why we said it would be the proposal here that he has.
What is
it would be a local business person.
A local business person.
A local business person.
So they have to already have a business. Okay,
yeah,
I like that concept.
Someone who has a striving business that will be, first of all...
He says striving, not thriving, so it got to be striving.
Yeah.
Okay, striving business.
Yes.
Understood, yeah.
And that business, he will be the CFO and there will be no charge for him being the CFO, but the convention.
You mean there's no pay? He ain't getting paid to be the CFO?
He's not getting paid.
Okay, yeah, no charge.
No, he's not being paid, but he will be endorsed. His business also will benefit.
Yeah, it's leverage. It's leverage because he'll get exposure for his business. So it's
for his business.
One hand washing the other. Yeah.
Just like he is supporting and identifying all of the other services in
People
the city.
will support them.
He will also be identifying and lifting up his services that he is providing.
Okay, good. So if y'all need a CFO in Baltimore, just because I'm a business owner, let me know. So but I don't need any more business. But no, I think this is a great concept, Dr. Jones. I think
this is Jonathan Jones.
Well, no, this is you've already kind of like been very influential in the CFO part, but this is for Reverend Dr. Donaldson Jones, who is running for president. When is the actual election, Dr. Jones?
The election will be.
When is it?
2024.
Oh, 2024. So he's campaigning
here in Baltimore.
Oh, the election. It's going to take place when the convention is here.
The convention come here in Baltimore.
And that's when we're going to vote.
That's when the election will be.
But that was the thing. I thought it was that.
What we need. This is what we need for Jonathan Jones.
Okay, so let's talk about what we need.
We need 100 letters from churches that are registered.
Oh, now we at that stage.
100 letters from churches. But this has to be in before December the 31st.
Okay, so before December the 31st, let's get this clear. We need, and it has to be a Baptist church? Does it have to be a Baptist church?
It has to be a registered church, not just a Baptist church. It has to be a registered church in the National Baptist Convention in the last 3 years.
All right, so listen up. Okay, so if you're listening, you're in your car, you're moving around, you're watching us live online, this is actually what we're gonna call this a call to action. This is a call to action, and I don't care if you're not the pastor. I don't care if you're just you're in the congregation. If you're in leadership in your church, that's even better, right? So what we're doing now is pretty much asking, not even pretty much, what we are doing and what we are asking as a call to action for anyone who is a member, or if you are a pastor or a leader of a church, a Baptist church that is registered with the National Baptist Convention USA. We're asking that you connect with the right persons in your church to get this letter of support for Reverend Dr. Donaldson Jones, right? And so stopping there, right? So a couple of things here. If you want to connect with us, you can definitely call us here at Concord, right? Because we can lead you in the right direction. We can take the letter. We can get it to Dr. Donaldson Jones. But we're here at Concord Baptist Church because that's where we're broadcasting live from, if you don't know. We're at 5204 Liberty Heights Avenue, West Baltimore, landmarks, Liberty Road, Northern Parkway, Rogers Avenue. Those are all the things, right? So that's what the vicinity that we're in. Our office number is 410-367-1117. That's 410-367-1117. Monday through Thursday. We're not here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're here, but we're not answering the phone. And it's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you can connect with us if you're interested in this call to action. But we just need a letter, right? It could be one paragraph. It could be a couple of sentences. It's just saying that you support Reverend Dr. Donaldson Jones as a candidate for presidency. You know, you're not completely saying that no one from your church can vote for anyone else or any other things. We're just saying that you support his movement and what his vision is, his global vision is.
This is very critical because this vision that it has here is a vision that will bring economic development and strength to our community. It will bring the community together economically, and it will benefit a lot of businesses, minority businesses that may be struggling now, businesses that may be going under. This will give support to those businesses and help those businesses to survive. Now, like I said, we may be facing a government shutdown. There may be some critical experiences may be taking place. The pandemic seems to be coming up again. There are a whole lot of
Dr. Jones.
A whole lot of factors that we are facing, and therefore, the best way to deal with a crisis is to stand together. Come together.
No, for sure.
Work together, pull together, pray together, and we will discover that thing.
Yep, it's a big deal. We have the brochures
Donaldson Jones'
here.
phone number, the office phone number is 256-230-3001. Once again, Donaldson Jones' phone number is 256-230-3001. And his cell phone number is 336-684-2344. His cell phone number is 336-684-2344. Now, you can call him and talk to him.
He said he welcomes phone calls, guys,
Yes,
so don't hesitate.
And get it, because I'm not, he has a full strategy here.
No, it's a big deal,
A
Dr.
full
Jones.
strategy.
For sure.
That is actually too much for us to read it all.
It's laid all the way out.
Yeah.
It's made very plain to you. And then also, if you want, you can go to his Facebook page. You just go to Donaldson Jones for President. That's all you have to type in Facebook. Donaldson Jones for President, and that's it. You can find him on Facebook, and I'm sure all of these great concepts and strategies and ideas that he has right here in this brochure are going to be right there on the Facebook page. And if not, just connect with us. We'll get it to you. So we just really want to reiterate this call to action. Like, we're asking people to support.
Unite.
Yeah,
to unite. To unite on a purpose. I think we have to move beyond just voting. I think we got to look at what is being offered, what strategy is going to help our community, what development that is needed in our society. And if you get this program and see what Donaldson Jones is recommending, you'll discover that this will transform our whole country. Not only this country and all of the other countries that the National Baptist Convention is located in. This is a tremendous strategy, I'm emphasizing the strategy that he has put forth. Not just whether or not all the other aspects, or whether you know him, or whether he is in a big city, or whether he is pastoring a big church and all that. It is the program, the strategy that we need to look at. And this strategy, as indicated, is available on Facebook, and you should read it. Read the strategy and make a commitment based on what we need in our society and in our community that would help our people. And that's the focus that we need to have, because this CFO is going to help whatever convention comes to town. Whatever convention, he will provide economic strength for whatever minority organizations come to town. They will be tremendously blessed because of this CFO. It's not just going to be working for the National Baptist Convention USA. This CFO will be working for every minority convention that comes to the city, and make sure that they have all of the support of all of the minority businesses that was in the city. And that's what's so important.
Okay.
And that's what's important.
You heard what Dr. Jones said. That's what's important, y'all. So y'all need to make sure y'all give us this letter and don't play around with us. We need this letter, and we need you guys to connect with us. You can call Dr. Jones, Dr. Donaldson Jones, Reverend Dr. Donaldson Jones. You can connect with him. Again, that number was 256-230-3001. You connect with him if you have any questions or need to find out where to send the letter to. And if you want to make it super easy and you're already familiar with us here at Concord and Dr. Jones, Dr. Matthew L. Jones, you can give us a call at 410-367-1117, and we will make sure that we connect you and assist you with whatever you need to get this letter in. But again, this is a call to action. We need these letters. We need at least a minimum of 100 letters by December 31st. So
let me give support now to a good old friend.
Who now, Dr. Jones? who you get ready to give support to now?
There's a Virtual Christian Education Leadership Institute.
Oh, I feel like I just got a text for that or email for that. Talk
yes,
about that. Let's talk about that.
Going to be taking place at New Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church, 3300 Elmore Avenue. My good friend, Haywood Bradley Jr. is the pastor. He is the pastor. He's been on this talk show. And they are having a major Christian education leadership. A major one, and they have some fantastic things. Now, this will start on Saturday, October the 28th, and it will be Monday through Saturday, November the 6th through the 11th. And they have the pre-sessions, then they have session 1 that will include survey of the Old Testament, Synoptic Gospels, introduction of the discipleship, Black presence in the Bible. Black presence. Dr. Freeman Rhodes, he finished the doctoral program in the same class I finished in, and he wrote the book, Blacks in the Bible. So if you're in this class, Black presence in the Bible, if you're in that class, be sure to get Dr. Freeman Rhodes' book, Blacks in the Bible. Tremendous book. He came here about 35, 36 years ago, several years, and gave workshops on blacks in the Bible here at Concord. And it's transformed the mental thinking of our whole congregation. So he did workshops here about several years in a row, and he is a tremendous presenter. However, at the present time, his health condition, he has retired from the church in Washington, state of Washington. And I talked to him this week, and he is talking about possibly coming back east. So we lift him up in prayers under his circumstances. Let Dr. Freeman Rhodes know that we are still talking about his work that he has done. You know, his health has declined, but we're still talking about the blessings that he has provided here at Concord Baptist Church. Then session number two, I'm still emphasizing this Christian education program that is being offered at New Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church, because we want you need these training, you need these studies, you need to know the session number 2 will include the study of the last times, Christian stewardship, Christianity and contemporary issues, and writing techniques, Roman number 2. Those are in the second session.
Are there any more sessions?
That's just those 2 sessions.
Just those 2 sessions?
Those 2. No, remember, each one that I name are classes of those sessions.
Classes of those sessions. Okay,
yeah,
that sounds
each one
great.
of those are classes.
And this is at Pleasant Grove, right?
At Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church, 3300 Elmore Avenue.
3300 Elroy Avenue. It is definitely time for us to go to break. It's time to make a change, and we are the people that can do it. We want you guys to stay right with us. We're not taking any commercials. We're just going to have this quick song. This is our theme music. We're calling everybody out. Time to make a change.
And
we are the people that can do it.
And I will give his telephone number and information when we come back.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Here we go. We are the people who can do it. Oh, yeah. It's time. Gotta make the change. We are the people who can do it. Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time. It's what is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. Yep. We got get up and find, walk into the night. We're the people, we can to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Think of it, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying.
It's time to make a change, and we are
The
the
people.
people. Dr. Jones is all the people that can do it by himself.
We
not
are
us,
the
y'all.
people, and we can do it. Time to make a change.
That's
Wanna-
what's up.
You want to finish the?
Yeah, no, so before we went to our song, to our theme music, you know, that's our theme music with our white cape and shining armor and our horse. That's our song. So, yeah, before we went to break, though, we were talking about the virtual accredited Christian Education Leadership Institute. Dr. Jones had already kind of give us the gist of it, but again, it's going to be held through, because again, it's virtual, which means we all can attend because we can go to it from our phones, from our cars, wherever we're traveling, wherever we are, we can be in class, right? So this is it's being hosted by New Pleasant Grove Ministry Baptist Church. They're located 3300 Elmore Avenue. That's not important, really, the address, because it's virtual. The main thing is that you want to connect with them. You can call them at 443-742-6726, 443-742-6726, or you can email them at rlcofield@msn.com. So that's rlcofield@msn.com. And again, this is a virtual Christian Education Leadership Institute, and Dr. Jones got us all pumped up, which is great. We were pumped up because we know it's a full week, November 6th through the 11th, and he talked about session 1, he talked about session 2, there's a pre-session, all of the things. The pre-session is actually on October 28th, but session 1 starts on November the 6th, but we just want to let you know, like, it's a little teeny, like, a little burger cost. It's $30 for one class, and we know that now we can't even go through the drive-through. 2 people eat at McDonald's, that's almost $30 anyway through the drive-through, so we're only asking drive-through money, $30 for one class, and the good thing is that if you want to take both classes, session 1 and session 2, it's only $50, so it's like you save $10 by taking 2 classes, but of course we all know, I mean, $50, we spend that just in Walgreens now if you're going to get some toiletries. So, you know, we're just asking that you support the movement. the cost that they're asking for one class, $30, $50 for two classes. It's not much, and we know that it's literally probably just basically covering their overhead. It's not a profit.
The value of that, the power that you receive from these instructions that are listed on there, the power and the benefits that you're going to receive far exceed $100,000, because they're going to affect your life, not only now, but for the rest of your life. These are some major presentations that you need to be involved in. Now, let me focus for a few minutes here on unifying the family. We talking about this is time for us to come together. And I want to give a brief introduction.
Okay, you have something for us?
On unifying the family.
Okay, that's perfect. But quickly, because I want to recap this in case somebody's listening and they don't stay with us the whole time. Just super quick, because we've been plugging it in. We've been super excited. Right here at Concord Baptist Church, our Youth and Young Adult Ministry today was supposed to have our Worship 2023 concert. And I know people have been pumped up about it. People have been calling. They have been talking about, can I purchase tickets? We're like, no, it's only a $10 donation. We've had all of these things happening. People have been super excited. I even had guests.
It was going to be a recording.
Yeah, it was going to be a recording. It was going to be all the things. It was tonight.
Video recording. It was major.
Dr. Jones, you landed on thick now. Now we really sad when I'm about to tell people that this is going to be canceled because, so if you're listening in other cities, I don't know what your weather is like, but right here in Baltimore, we're in a state, in Maryland actually, it's a state of emergency because of a storm that is supposed to come through. So because people just want to be safe and they want to tread on the side of precaution, we are canceling the Worship 2023 concert that was scheduled at 6 p.m. here tonight at Concord. Again, it was the Worship 2023 concert hosted by Concord Baptist Church Youth and Young Adult Ministry is canceled tonight due to the weather advisory. We are looking to tentatively reschedule this for October the 14th, which is going to be Concord Day / Concord Weekend. That's when we celebrate just Concord as a whole. So we're just a couple of weeks away. So that just means that it's going to be double the fun. And so we are going to keep you posted once that date is confirmed.
Pick up the phone.
Oh, pick up. Dr. Jones said pick up the phone. Don't pick up. Y'all know we sending out mass texts. Dr. Jones gonna call you. We gonna send out a mass text and tell everybody that was coming that it's canceled.
There are seniors that were planning on being here and excited about being here tonight. Call them and let them know that it's been canceled. Call the other members, deacons. Call all the members that you know under your deacon ministry.
As you should.
Let them know that it's canceled. It will not be tonight. We don't want people to come and find out after they arrive. Be sure. We want the missionaries. Call your missionaries. Call the choir members and everyone. All of the different organizations of the church, the social welfare ministries. Call everyone and let them know that it's been canceled. It was not going to be until October the 16th. It's going to be October the 16th.
Yep. October. No, really, we don't know. We're aiming for October the 14th.
14th.
That's kind of what
October
Logan
the 14th.
just shared. October the 14th.
It'll be October the 14th.
Yep.
So put that on your schedule. Put that on your schedule. It has been canceled to October the 14th. Now I want to talk about the necessity we're talking about coming together. So one of the elements of coming together is family, understanding how to be a strong family. And there's a series that I have done in the past. The first time I made this series was presented to the National Deltas Organization when I was teaching at Virginia Union University. And they the one said that this should be done before all marriages so they will understand how to deal with marriage crisis.
Tell me about this. I'm listening now, Dr. Jones. I'm not married yet, but I'm like got my fingers crossed now. Tell me a little bit more about this now.
And how families can stick. What would enable families to really be able to stick together.
Okay, now, I'm very much interested.
First of all, it's talked about the stress and the violence. And the stress, you have minor irritations and major irritation. Now, minor irritations can be resolved possibly with improved communications. You know, some people think that if we just can talk about it, we can solve the problem. But just talking about cannot solve major irritation.
You can't hug and kiss and make up? That's not how it works? That's not how it works?
There are serious, deep wounds that have taken place when there's a major irritation. It's
Okay.
a wound that has to be
That's been
take
tampered,
time
yeah.
to
Okay.
heal.
Okay, I'm following you.
And steps have to be taken to resolve and to heal. You know, so
Somebody in their car turning their radio up right now. They turning it up, Dr. Jones. Whether they listen to it's virtual, they just turned it up. So
yeah.
so come on, we
there are
tuned in.
wounds that and therefore never conclude that you can resolve something with just communication. That's minor irritations. But
Minor.
major
So wait a
one,
minute. Let's
when there's
stop
a
there.
wound,
Minor irritations. You said you can solve
resolved
by
communication.
communication. And
Improve communication.
improve
Take
communication.
time and talk about it. Take time and take out on a little trip, hug and whatever.
Little trip, okay. The
you
little,
know.
I guess we get a little trip for the minor. Okay, like, what's the major?
But
Like, do we get a
wound,
yacht? What
when
happens
there's-
for the major?
Just
Okay.
like any wound, is take
Okay.
special attention, special consideration, special time.
Yes.
You know, take time to heal a wound.
Okay.
So there are, out of those two circumstances come different type of illness. There's a physical illness, emotional illness, and spiritual illness.
Okay.
These are the three areas that give you some indication as to how you can approach the situation that you're facing, whether it is physical, emotional, or spiritual. And those are basically, that brings together pretty much all aspects of your life. You know, your life either physical or emotional or spiritual.
Nice. Okay.
So those are the things you put under consideration as we go into these 5 major steps. They call them tests of marriage.
Test of marriage. So, and you said this is what couples should practice or learn before they get married?
It is suggested that if you have these instructions before marriage, you would have had a cheat sheet. You would know,
I need the cheat sheet. Let's
you
go.
will know what's going to happen before it happened.
Okay.
And you would have already looked at the results, and you have already analyzed.
Okay.
And this is what this does. This prepare you to have a plan already in place for whenever any of these things come up, you already got it worked out.
Got it. Work. Preliminary work. This
Yes.
is like paralegal work here.
And
not
the
lawyer. Okay.
first test of marriage is
Okay.
economic test.
So wait a minute, just to go back quickly, this is a cheat sheet for people who are thinking about getting married or before they get married. But
Yeah.
what about people? But this is also for
They
people
can
who are
also-
married.
yeah,
This is for people who are
this
already
is-
married.
You know, this same plan, as I have presented to many marriage couples,
Right.
the same plan, a year later, they come back and go through it again.
Okay.
After they have been married for a year, they go back and go through it again to try to understand, you know, additional understanding as to what approaches they use and what mistakes they made in the approach and whatever like that. But the first thing is the economic test of marriage.
Okay, I'm following you.
And one thing about the management of family funds. That's
Wait a minute, you said the management of family funds. Okay.
Number one, the management of family funds.
And what's number one? That the wife and the woman, she controls all the money. That she gets all the money. What's number one? Let's get a deep dive into this. 'Cause don't listen to me, y'all.
First
Don't
of
listen to
all,
me.
each one of these will be 2-hour sessions, so I can't. I'm just
laying out the
just
foundation.
Getting
Okay.
what it's about. I can't.
This is an outline. This is just outline.
Just what you're focusing on.
Okay,
Management
understood.
of family funds.
Management of
'cause
family funds.
There's a detailed strategy that is worked out here as to the way that you can manage the family funds that will not cause conflict. You know, and I can't. It'll take time for me to get into all
they
that.
got to register. They need to schedule a session with you. Okay, so
The next thing,
Uh-huh.
that's number one. Number two, wills are revocable trusts.
Wait a minute, say that again.
A will, making a will or having a revocable trust.
A will or revocable. Wait a minute, can I get that word out?
Revocable trust.
Revocable
Trust.
trust. So what you're saying is that a will or revocable trust means that before people get married, they should talk about.
They should consider one or the other, but I recommend revocable trust over a will, because wills is what happened after you die, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a revocable trust, you're regulated while you live. A revocable trust is that you'll take all of your things that you will carefully develop and you put it into a trust, and therefore you save taxes and a whole lot of elements. As a matter of fact, you can qualify for medical care that ordinarily that you wouldn't qualify because of your economic strength. But if all of your stuff is put into a trust, then you can receive same thing as any poor person.
Oh.
I've had rich white people in my facilities with their stuff in trust, and they receive all the benefits of the poor people that
Y'all
are in
heard
my
that. That was a real cheat sheet. That was a cheat sheet. Forget this outline, right? That was a real cheat sheet right there about
But
this
it's
revocable
a long story
trust.
about how the difference in will and trust and,
Understood.
how,
No,
and the
that makes
benefits.
sense.
So that's a long discussion as well.
But it's still a jewel you just dropped on us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and of course, revocable trust is you can change. You can change the trustee.
Yeah, that's right. I can take you off while I'm alive. Like,
Yeah,
it don't
while
matter
you're
what's in
alive.
paper. I could revoke
But
your
a
term.
regular trust, you can't change it. Once you put it in there, it's final.
I need a revocable trust just in case
But
Jamerson
then the
act out.
next thing, I better just throw these out.
Okay, what's the
Because
next
I won't
thing?
never get through. Policies, insurance policies.
Insurance policies?
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
Dr.
that
Jones
can be
not
a-
playing.
There could be a major conflict within a family because if you marry somebody, they may have already have a policy and their mother is the beneficiary.
No, Mom, I love you. Cancel Christmas.
But
I
I'm
need
not
all the
saying that's
policies.
not good. I'm just saying there's a way to deal with that.
I'm going to deal with it. Yes.
There's
Okay,
a way to
good.
deal with it. You don't. I'm not suggesting you change your mother or father from the beneficiary. But I'm saying that
No,
there's
my
a
mom and
method
my
that
dad
is
is it.
used in there, the instructions you'll get, you understand how to deal with that.
Okay, understood.
Job-related problems, unemployment, that's another aspect of the marriage.
Why that's the
Economic-
aspect? You cannot be married and unemployed. That is the rule. I'm not sure who's
Wait, well,
listening. You cannot be married and
See,
unemployed.
employment there's a whole lot of other factors around there.
What
Sometimes there's a
okay,
major
Dr.
problem
Jones.
because a woman make more money than the man.
That shouldn't be important no more. We're in
But I'm
2023.
saying this 'cause-
People
'cause-
should be over that. Women, we make more. 9 out of 10 times we do.
Sometimes the man may have an attitude, sometimes the woman may have an attitude.
Well, we know you don't have that problem, Dr. Jones. You're the big boss, so you wouldn't know.
But there's a method. There are methods and strategies by
Okay.
which you deal with that.
I like that.
These are some of the crises that take place in the economic aspect of the life.
Okay, so let's start over again. What's one? One is
One is management of family funds, which is
management
critical.
of family funds, which is
Yeah.
critical.
Yeah,
Management of
that
family
deals
funds.
with how budgeted and prioritize a whole budget system.
How my husband gonna pay all the bills. That's just,
It's a
I
bu-
need
it's a
to
budget
have a
system.
system of how he gonna pay
Yeah.
all the bills.
What's
Got
called-
you.
One of the major problems we have is we don't put first things first,
No, that's true.
and that's what this
As a
teaches
people.
you how to do.
Okay.
Put first things first. You don't go buy a Mercedes before you go buy a house.
Dr. Jones drives a Mercedes, y'all, but he has a house, so he's joning on the rest of us. Okay,
I'm
good.
saying that priority. That's
Prioritizing,
That's why
I
the Bible
agree.
talk about tithing. It's when you can understand the value of tithing, you understand the value of prioritizing your money. If you don't understand the value of tithing, then you need all these instructions related to this as to why you should budget it and plan your money, because you don't understand what tithing means and what it does to your prioritizing your finances, then you're missing the boat already.
Okay.
So let's get to the next one.
What's the next? What's number 2? Yep, okay.
Number 2 will be social incompatibilities.
Social incompatibilities.
Yeah, social incompatibility.
Wait a minute, we only on number 2? I don't remember number 2 being that. So we were just always talking
We was
about...
all that was on number 1.
Are you serious? Oh, no, wait.
Economic test. The first thing was economic test.
I thought they was all lined up. I'm like, wait a minute, insurance policy, insurance. I'm like,
all
I'm
that
thinking they
stuff
the
is
file.
economics.
Okay, good, because I was like, oh, that's what it's all about. I thought taking mother health insurance policies. Okay, good.
No,
so that's
I
all.
didn't say
That's
that.
all. That's. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. So that's all in number 1. Okay, so number 2. Let's go back
Social
again.
Number 2,
Social-
social incompatibility. These
Social
are
incompatibilities.
Now, each one of these are 2-hour sessions.
Right, they're 2-hour sessions. But the first topic was managing economic funds.
Yeah,
No.
economic problems. Yeah.
Economic problems, and now number 2 is social incompatibilities.
Yeah, and there are all kind of problems around social incompatibility.
Why? Because we don't have the same friends, we don't like the same
you have-
things? What?
You have people who are in different churches and different, there are some people still believe that Catholics should marry Baptists.
That's a shame before God. That's a shame.
You have all of these kind of
And
incompatibilities. Yeah,
but that happens. And then what's number 3? What's 3?
This is on this.
Oh, what?
There are a list of things on the that I skip on number 3.
All right, give us 2 more. Give us 2 more for social incompatibilities. We got about a good 5 more minutes left today. So what?
Social and serious and social and interest, social and civic interests.
Okay.
One person may be interested in one thing, another person may be interested in the other one. And there's a whole lot of elements around that.
Yeah, no, my husband can't have no individuality. He needs to be interested in what I'm interested in, so we don't have no incompatibilities.
There's a mess about what you create that. So
I can create that. I love it. Okay, good. Let's go. All right, you got one more?
Personal, under that also would be personal activities.
Personal activities.
Yeah, one person may like to do one thing, the other person may like to do another.
We just like to do what I want to do. That's how that works, okay?
So you have to work,
Work together. Okay, I'm just joking, people. That's listening. Okay, so what's number 3?
Extended family relationships.
Oh, Lord. The third thing is extended family relationships. So this must be a 3-hour course. This part is 3 hours. This ain't no 2 hours. Number 3 is for 3 hours.
Sometimes it takes more than 10 hours to do these.
This sounds like 100 hours. But go ahead. So what's number 3 again?
Extended family relationship.
Extended family relationships. And what? Give us something.
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law. I think I love my mother-in-law. I don't think I'm gonna have the in-law problems, but yeah.
But see, mother-in-law go more than one way. It can be the father's mother.
It could definitely be my mother. She thinks she runs the show. I pray for him already. Lord help us early on with my mother-in-law. With my mom.
And one other thing that people generally overlook and pass right by is sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law, yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
because my sister is serious.
You have to really watch sister-in-law because sometimes my wife can get closer to the sister and think the sister is her confidential person and don't know that sister is her husband's sister.
That's her blood. That blood is thicker than water, people. We should know that. Like, come on now.
So there's a whole lot of instruction need to understand how we work with sister-in-law.
Yeah,
this is family. This all is dealing with extended family.
My husband ain't got no sisters, so good. No sisters. I'm the one with
and
the sisters.
other extended family relationships. There are
that's
many
true.
other
Children, because people sometimes get married, they already have kids and things like that. Yeah.
So all of this deal with those related concerns and work out strategies to deal with all aspects of extended family relationships.
I hope your class is still available when I'm ready to get married, Dr. Jones. We need all of this. Okay, good. So now we're on 4. What's 4? Okay.
Substance abuse.
Substance abuse?
Yes.
Well, that is what you got to talk about in marriage and counseling?
Yes, you have to.
Okay.
The reason why you have, you have legal and illegal substances. Sometimes you got to understand how to deal with legal substances.
Wine is legal. Jesus turned water into wine. So.
No, legal means the prescriptions.
No, that's where we're going with this?
Doctors,
okay.
Okay. And these things have to be understand how we focus and how we deal with it. And then, of course, illegal is drugs and stuff.
Yeah, the street drugs.
The husband or wife may not be involved in drugs, but if they have friends, how you deal with friends, other relatives.
Well, birds of a feather flock together, so my husband shouldn't have no friends that's got substance abuse.
But it may be a working companion.
You're right. You're right. It may be working.
All kind of aspects of friends.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And
what's number 5?
The 5 is sexual incompatibility.
Did y'all hear that? Number 1 and number 5. That's everything else in between. Number 1 is the money, and number 5 is sexual incompatibilities. People people should talk about that before they get married.
Yeah,
That's important.
And what it means, because woman has different approaches and feelings than a man. Man,
of course,
have different approaches than
men
woman.
are barbaric, and women are not. Psych, y'all. I'm just joking. Okay, no, I'm just joking. But no, that's important.
These are methods by which you bring the family together.
Okay. No, that's important. Dr. Jones, thank you for sharing. I love all of the concepts. I think they are the things that like when you hear, the funny thing is when you, to sum it up, because I know we gotta go, but when you hear people who are going through turmoil in their marriages or people that are talking about divorce, literally fall in one of those categories
Yes.
of why they want out.
Yes, right.
That is literally why people want out. It
Yes,
falls into one of those categories. That is divine.
And I have people who've been married a good little while call me and want to go through these
refresh,
sessions.
yeah, of course, as they should.
And
talk about it again.
And some that I didn't marry call me and want to go through.
That part. We already know.
Somebody else married them, but they said they didn't
Dr.
have
Jones,
this,
everybody loves you. You
this
have
experience of these instructions
gift.
and foundations. Now, like I said, I first, this was a outline presentation that I did to the Delta sorority at Virginia Union when the national conference they had, when I was their speaker. And when I finished, I don't know, 100 of them got in line and said, we needed to know this before we got married.
We needed to know before
and ever
we got
since
married.
then, I made it a part of my marriage.
Your marriage counseling, that's what's up. So guys, you heard it here. You can call us at Concord, 410-367-1117. Dr. Jones is open. His schedule is very, very, very tight, but I'm sure he can get you in for some marriage counseling, and whether you're trying to refresh your marriage, get through some things in your marriage, or if you are thinking about getting married. And I would fall into the number 3. I'd be the last one. But thank you guys for listening so much.
Extended family relationship.
Extended family relationship. No, I'm number 3, meaning thinking about getting married, because I ain't there yet. That's what I'm talking about. But yes, and extended family relations, yeah, that's going to be real easy for me, because I got a plan. But I'll follow you first. But no, thank you guys so much for listening. You've been listening to 106.1 Praise FM, one of Radio One's favorite stations. You listen to I Know a Place. I want to take you there. This is a mentor strategy show where we talk about all things that will ultimately reduce crime and build up our families and our communities. And this is a strategy put together by Dr. Matthew L. Jones, who you just heard this whole entire time. I'm his favorite co-host, Jamie Chris, and we want you guys to come back next week, same time, 11 a.m. Concert canceled tonight. October 14th is the rescheduled date for our Concord Worship Session 2023. We thank you guys for listening. See you next week.
As the world turns, tomorrow is the message.
As the world turns.